Hey, what's up, guys? Um, Today I'm gonna be doing my 2025 NBA playoff prediction. Let's get into it. So, um, first off, play in. So I'm gonna have the Warriors being the Grizzlies. So they'll be the seventh seed, and then I'm gonna have the Kings being the Mavericks, and then Kings will go against Memphis for the eighth seed, and then Memphis is gonna get the eighth seed. It doesn't really matter unless the Warriors do lose and then the Warriors become eighth seed. But I think the Thunder, out of the, if it's those other three teams, it's gonna be sweet. Um, and actually, hold on, that's gonna be 5 games. If it's Jaw can at least get one of those games. Um, Nuggets versus Clippers. I want to go with Nuggets here, right? But let me say this: the Nuggets. It's weird. They just got rid of their head coach right before last season, and I believe their GM too, right before playoff season. Now, will that affect them? I don't know, but um, they have a great team. It's hard to win the playoffs, and it's a last second head coach job. Honestly, I think I don't know if it was a good move right now. If they wanted to do that, I think they should have waited until at least the end of the season, at least until the end of the playoffs when they're out or when they get eliminated, something like that. But they do it like a few games before the season ends. So that's just my take on that, and I think that's the reason why I have the Clippers winning this. I watched their game against the Warriors. Sadly, the Warriors lost, um, but Clippers are nice, and they got Kawhi, they got James Harden, and those guys can get you buckets. There's some pretty good defense in there, and I got the Clippers in 7 here. Um, Lakers versus Timberwolves. Lakers got LeBron. LeBron, one of the greatest players of all time. Some say the greatest. Um, Austin Reeves, they got a great team. Um, Timberwolves, they got Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is crazy good. He can put up a lot of buckets for them too. Um, but I'm gonna go with the Lakers here. I'm gonna go in 6. Oh, Rockets versus Warriors. Um, the Warriors. My God. The Warriors have kind of owned the Rockets in the playoffs for a long time. Now, does that mean they'll win this year? I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying, you know, they just history wise they have owned them pretty good. So, um, different teams though, of course. But I don't think it's gonna change. The Rockets are a great team. Uh, they've gotten a lot better, at least in the last few years. Um, but I'm gonna go with the Warriors. Stephen Curry. They've turned around so much. When I'm a Warriors fan, so I might be a little biased here, but when they traded Andrew Wiggins, um, I wasn't. I was kind of confused on the move. Or like I wanted Jimmy, of course, but the stuff we gave up for him, I don't know. I thought it might have been a steal for the Heat because I thought they were pretty close comparison in stats, and I thought is Jimmy really that worth that much? But now looking back on it, Jimmy has changed the culture. It feels like he's changed how people played. Steph Curry was averaging 21, and then he started averaging 25 when Jimmy Butler joined. So I think since Jimmy's been on this team, turned a whole a page. And I'm gonna go with the Warriors. Um, in 6. Oh, all right. So playing teams. So it's gonna be Cavs, uh, So wait, first off, Magic versus the Hawks. Hawks are gonna win that, so they're gonna have the 7th seed, and then the Heat's gonna beat the Bulls, and then the Heat's gonna beat the Magic. So it's gonna be Cavaliers, Heat, first round matchup. Andrew Wiggins makes it in. It doesn't matter though. This one's actually gonna be a sweep. The East, let me tell you, the East is bad. Like there's a few teams in here that are good, but looking at these playing teams compared to the playing teams that are up here, it's not even close. It's not even close. So I'm gonna go Cavs in 4. Pacers Bucks. Giannis, the Greek freak. Um, he's had a lot of experience in the playoffs. Bucks have had a lot of experience in the playoffs the last few years. Pacers as well, but it's gonna be a close series. Um, but as long as everybody stays healthy, the Bucks will win this in 6. Knicks Pistons. Knicks paid a lot of money. A lot of money to get Jalen Brunson. I would say he's been worth it. He's done really well. Um, they got Cat now. Um, and yeah, they're another very solid team. Pistons, they have they have really changed everything there. Last 2 years, that's last few years anyway. They've been one of the worst teams in the league. Um, I remember, yeah, they were horrible. Now they have a whole new culture there. They have a whole new coach there, first year coach. Teams somewhat stay the same. They're just I don't know, culture wise, just the way they've been playing, a lot better than what they've been in the past. But I think the Knicks are a little bit more well rounded. Um, so I'm gonna give the Knicks at 6. Um, Celtics Celtics versus Hawks. Um, now, Trey Young. That's about it. The Hawks, good team, but they have nowhere near the firepower as the Celtics do. And Celtics just been one they have experience. Two, they're just a really good team. Jason Tatum, Derek White. Um, those guys will get you buckets easily. Um, they got a lot of good defense, a lot of good offense, and that's what wins you championships. And that's why they won the championship last year. So I'm gonna go with Celtics. I'll let him. I'll let the Hawks win in 1. Trey Young will have one of those games where he just goes for 50 goes off. But Thunder Thunder versus Clippers. Um, this is a game that I kind of go back and forth on. Like I said, the Clippers been playing great. Thunder playing phenomenal. Young team, very young team, they're gonna have a really good future because their GM has built up a substantial wealth in draft capital. I mean, they're still a young team, um, and it seems like they make their picks. Their picks are always hits. It seems like at least. Um, Clippers, like I said, they have firepower. Does that, James Harden, Kawhi, does that push them over the edge on the Thunder? SGA, MVP candidate. You know, they have other players too. Jalen Williams, really phenomenal. I'm gonna go with Thunder here, um, and I have them winning a 6. You know, Clippers are a very good defensive team, but I think the Thunder can take it. Lakers versus Warriors. LeBron versus Stephen Curry. I swear I've seen this before. Um, uh, God, like I said, Warriors have changed so much since the Jimmy Butler trade. Um, Lakers, very good team, very solid. Um, like you said, they got LeBron, so they're always in it. Same thing with the Warriors with Stephen Curry. Um, But in a 7 game series, I'm taking the Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors in 7. Give me the Warriors in 7. Um, they're 7 seeds, so it's kind of people might not think that, and I can get where you're coming from, but like I said, they their record before they traded for Jimmy Butler was pretty bad. They probably they might have been a 10 seed or not even made the plan. And now the record has gotten a lot better. They've been playing a lot better, and they still have Stephen Curry, which is that wow factor, which is that I'm gonna get you a bucket whenever I need to. I'll get you a three. Um, so I'm gonna go with the Warriors in 7. Curry and LeBron always have great series. I don't doubt that one won't be one. So 7 seems right to me. Cavs vs Bucks. Cavs, young team, but they also have veterans on that team that can push them through. Donovan Mitchell, phenomenal player. Evan Mobley, young and a great player for them. Bucks, like I said, they got Giannis, but I think the Cavs can win this one. I think the Cavs got in 6. Knicks versus Celtics. Like I said, Jalen Brunson, Cat, pretty solid team for the Knicks. But when you're talking about the playoffs and you're looking at a team like the Celtics, um, I think the Celtics are just going to blow them out of the water. Give me Celtics in 5. Um, I got the 2-1 seats in. It's kind of, but this is how it goes. Thunder versus Warriors. Man. Who do I think will win this? Let's go to each conference real quick. Cavs versus Celtics. Celtics won last year. Very solid team again this year. Um, but honestly, it's very hard. Like I said, they're very hard to win in the playoffs. But another thing is, it's very hard to keep winning in the playoffs. Now, going back to back is another thing. It's almost is super hard to get. So, for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Cavs here in 7. Thunder versus Warriors. Man. Warriors, man, they have been playing great. You know, they need it. Like, they have a good center now, or they have Quinn Post. They got Kevon Looney. Uh, Solid centers. They have Curry. They got Draymond. Draymond's been there forever. Curry's been there forever. Brandon Pajemski. They have a solid team. Thunder, very solid as well. I can't lie. I really want to pick the Warriors here. But I'm going to go with the Thunder here in 7. Um, I don't think a 7 seed's ever. I don't know. I don't know if they made it to the finals, but if they have, I know they haven't won. Something like that. So, Thunder. We'll get to the Thunder here. Very solid team. Um, and you know, I think they can. I think they can pull it off. Hurts me to say. Um, Thunder versus Caps. SGA, Jalen Williams versus Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. You know, two great teams. Thunder have a great future. Cavs do as well, but I would say the Thunder have a little bit better since their team is younger. They have, like I said, they have earlier. They have multiple draft picks, um, and they have it seems to be good draft picks as well, or at least it's looking like it's going to be good ones or in the future. So, um, Give me Cavaliers in 7. Donovan Mitchell. It's his time. He's had he hasn't had great success in the playoffs. I will admit that he has not had great success. But he also hasn't been on the Cavs. He's been on the Jazz, and didn't do too much there. So um, I think he changes it around. They have a great team, very solid team. Cavs haven't won a championship since 2016. They haven't won one with LeBron in I don't know forever. So um, I think it's their time. I think it's time. So I'm gonna go with Cavs in 7. Um, here's my final picks. Um, of course, if you have any disagreements, please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a great NBA playoffs. Uh, I'm rooting for my Warriors. Fingers crossed they can take on the W this year, but um, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So thank you everybody for watching, and you guys have a good one. Bye.